Hello, we're filming later in the day today, so we have a very short window before my cheeks go extremely red. So let's get cracking with this video. I know this has been anticipated. Sorry, I mean, has it? Today's video is my review that is spoiler free on A Court of Silver Flames, so the final book so far in the A Court of Thorn and Roses series. I will say this one is a little controversial in terms of my opinion. So please don't hate me, hear me out, listen to me. I'm gonna be honest, it was not my favorite book of the series. I had high hopes. I thought it was gonna be, but it didn't quite get there for me. I'm sorry. The overall review was an 8 out of 10. Now, like I said, this is the initial reaction, subject to change in my upcoming videos, but for now, we're sticking it at an 8 out of 10, which would make it a 4-star. Not my favorite in the series, but also not my least favorite. On the spiceometer, I gave this one a 4 chilies. I think personally this one was the spiciest out of all of them. There was just a lot more happening. It was quite a reoccurring theme. So this one gets a high mark on the spiceometer scale. If asked, would I recommend this book? I said yes. However, you need to go into it thinking there will be another book coming afterwards, because I did not, and let me tell you, that ruined a bit of the experience for me because I was getting stressed. There was a lot of pages left, there was a lot of chapters left. I was like, how are we going to get there? And ultimately, we didn't get there. But it's because there is another book coming. I don't know how long we're gonna have to wait. But if you go into it with that mindset, you won't be as disappointed as me, because I was convinced this was the end of the series. I didn't really want to look too much into things online about this series because I didn't want anything to be spoiled for me. So Google was an absolute no-no until afterwards, and I literally was like, whew, when I found out that there's going to be another book. So this isn't a spoiler, but this book does focus a lot more on Nestor and Cassian's characters. So the other characters are obviously in it, but whereas the other books were mainly focused around Feyre, and we had a lot of Reese in there as well, the POVs in this book switch between Nestor and Cassian. Now I like this, I like all the characters in these books. I genuinely don't think there is a character I dislike as such, because I feel like they all play a part. I mean, there's some horrid characters in there, but I feel like they have their role. So, you know, I'm not against anyone. It did take a little bit more of a while with this book in terms of it didn't really get going until a little bit later than some of the other ones. I feel like she's always been, the queen herself, Sarah J. Maas, she's always been very straight into it. Let's get going, let's go on the plot. So I thought this was slightly different to the other ones. All in all, it was an enjoyable read. I'm glad I read it, obviously. I'm excited for the next book, and that's why I still scored it so highly. However, let's talk about the negatives. Like I said, this is a spoiler-free video. I will be making a video that does contain spoilers on each of the books in this series. So if you want to see a bit more in-depth review, see if you had some of the same opinions, opposing opinions, stay tuned for that and we can go through that together. I don't know who this is. I'm being like possessed by the YouTube gods. This is my silly side coming out. When a camera gets put in front of me, I go one of two ways. I go like this, or I'm like. So you got this one today, which is kind of fun. I also really don't like filming in the afternoon, and I'm filming in the afternoons. I feel stressed. I feel like all the energy's coming out, you know. I've got to film this video, edit this video, and if I keep waffling like this, I'm gonna have so much footage to have to go through. No, it's fine. We'll do it. But hold on a sec. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I think that's the same. Good times, good vibes. One of the main negative parts for me was that I had a lot of questions at the end. Obviously now this makes sense. Like I said, this is a first glance. This makes sense now. I know there's another book coming, because I'm like, oh, okay, they can get answered. But I did think there could have been a few times where some of the other plots could have been more deeply explored. I don't know, you know, I feel like they could have just been something. I've said it before, I will say it again. Sarah J. Maas is the queen of build-up. She can get this scenery going, the description going, the feeling, the angst, the tension, everything. So good. All of the plots like build up. And like I said, usually it's really fast paced. It started a little slow at the start, but then we got into that pace. The pacing was great. It was going. And the build up is amazing. How However, for some reason, all of the things that happen that we've been building up to in every single book are over so quickly. Honestly, I don't think I really realized how much it affected me until now. I mean, I would say the only book where you got a little bit more was definitely A Court of Wings and Ruin. That was, for me, like the best one I read out of the whole series. I just feel like you have this build up and you're going and you're going and you're going, and then the thing happens and you're like, oh, it's over. I mean, you're onto something else, and that's okay. I like it. I like the pacing. However, in this book, it made me feel irritated. You're going to tell me I've literally read 700 pages of this build up for this one thing to happen, and like, I don't, obviously no spoilers in this, but honestly, what is going on? Is it just me? I was having one of those days. Am I in a picky mood? Let me know. Let me know if you felt the same if you've read this book. And we'll talk about it more in depth on the in-depth review. How many times can I say depth? In-depth review. That's really hard to say. In-depth review video. But all in all, I did really enjoy this book. It's still got an 8 out of 10, still got 4 stars. That's quite high in terms of books. You know, snaps and claps. Kept me engaged, kept me motivated to read this book. I really did enjoy my reading sessions whilst reading this book. You know, sometimes it can turn into a little bit of a chore, but I never felt like that. So that was really, really great. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to come back when I start posting my in-depth detailed reviews on each of the books in this series. Let me know your thoughts on my thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe. And as always, until tomorrow, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Woo! Electricity sparks inside of me. I can't sing that good or I'll get copyrighted. Of course, she's crazy. How red is she? She red. It okay. Bye.